Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing LEGO Harry Potter set number 76400, Hogwarts Carriage and Thestrals. This has 121 pieces, 2 exclusive minifigures, a brand new baby Thestral mold, and it retails for $20 in the US. The Harry minifigure in this set is actually pretty cool because he's wearing his dark blue hoodie over his Hogwarts uniform. I think that that's a great look. Again, that is an exclusive torso print. He's holding his usual wand and a green apple, and then he still has that same face print from last year. But that doesn't really bother me because I think it works perfectly for him. Luna looks fantastic in this set as well. Love that torso print on her. Same old face print for her. That is getting a little bit boring because it's been the same one for, I think since 2018. And I'd really like her to get, a new one in the main sets. I really like the lavender on her, though, and I love the dark blue piece, this satchel piece. I don't think I've seen it in that color before. Of course, same hair mold that leaves room for the satchel. And then she does have an alternate face and a bit of back printing. And her other accessory besides her wand is actually just a piece of raw meat to feed the Thestrals with, which I think is kind of funny. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the baby Thestral up on here too, just to give you guys a good look at this brand new piece. I love the new animal molds from Harry Potter. I think that these are some of the best pieces to come out of the theme, and this one in particular is just great. As you can see, it's pretty large, much larger than, like a Lego dog or something like that. I think it is a little bit bigger. It's at least not as flat as the new horse, baby, full, I guess, mold that was introduced in the latest minifigure series. But I really like the detailing on here, with the skeletal tail and mane. And then you have the awesome wings. You have one stud on top to put something on there. But yeah, overall, it just looks pretty great. And here is it compared, actually. I'll get Harry since he has regular legs, but that is how big it is compared to a minifigure, so pretty sizable. We also have an adult Thestral in this set, but I mean, we've seen these guys before. There is one notable change though, and that's that the wings no longer have transparent black as the secondary color. It's actually dark bluish gray now. I don't love that change. I kind of preferred the transparent black. I don't have the other Thestral right here with me to compare it. And I mean, this looks good for sure. It's just that I think the transparent black looked a little bit more ethereal. And I think that the Thestrals should look a little bit, ethereal. But again, great mold. I've always loved this piece. Of course, it'd be great if, none of the Harry Potter animals have moving legs. The hippogriffs, the Thestrals, the centaurs, none of them can move their legs. The stag. So I guess in the future, if LEGO does make, more new large animal molds, I would like to see a little bit of movement. Because these pieces are fantastic. They're just so static, you can't move the head or anything at all. The carriage is kind of rolling all over the place right now, but you can, of course, hook it up to the Thestral with this little ball and socket joint, and you do get pieces to just make the Thestral, regular and rideable, which I always appreciate, to just, kind of remove the harness bit. But the carriage itself, it's very small, not at all anything like the carriage in the Grindelwald set that introduced the Thestral mold. I like the gunmetal gray or pearl dark gray wheels. And then we have 2 seats up front, which is awesome because, I mean, there's just a ton of seating on this. So you could honestly load this up with probably the main 6, Harry, Hermione, Ron, Neville, Ginny, and Luna. Well, Linny is not a character. But yeah, so I'm pleasantly surprised with how much space there is here. It's well detailed. You have these lanterns and everything, even though it is so small. And like I said, you have a whole row of benches over here, so you could fit 4 people back here comfortably. You could probably cram in 6 if you really wanted to, because there is standing room down there as well. And there's even a little storage space, not enough room for luggage, but there is enough room for this Quibbler print, which is very similar to the one from the minifigure series 1, the Harry Potter minifigures that came with Luna, but it is slightly different. And I really like that print. I think it's fantastic. And then the last thing on the carriage, you do have a little door back here and a set of steps leading up to it, which again, I appreciate that detail because it's just nice to give the minifigures a way to actually get into the build. And this poor little tree is the only side build in the set. It's kind of a big joke how there's always a Forbidden Forest set every year with LEGO Harry Potter, which I like because then you can kind of build up a little forest with all the trees. I do not like this tree though. It's an okay build, but its colors are just so different to all of the other Forbidden Forest trees for the last several years. I find this to be much too bright. The leaves, the bark, like the yellow, the like even like the mushroom. I don't think it fits at all visually with the Forbidden Forest trees we've got in the past, which have like olive green leaves or like dark green leaves and, you know, like kind of more dark brown. So I mean, this is a fine side build, but it does feel like it was just included to inflate the price of the set because it's pretty small next to a minifigure. Like, it's big enough to get the tree idea across, but I do think it's like the smallest and lamest of the Forbidden Forest trees so far. Of course, you get some extra wands in this set, always great, even though I have a million of them by now. And then you also have this 1x2 dark bluish gray plate to swap out the harness on the Thestral. We have a standard $20 box here. Nice picture on the front. Love that art of the two characters with the Thestral there. Same kind of design with the trio. Would have been cool if they changed up the boxes a little bit more this year, but I really like the aesthetic of these, so I don't really mind. And of course, there's not much to do with this set besides just feed the Thestrals and sit in a carriage. The instruction manual is the disgusting new, like really cheap, gross-looking style for summer 2022. I cannot stress enough how much I hate these. Like, these renders are just so bad. They're just so cheap and bad. And I do think Harry Potter was the hardest hit by this. Because again, like I said, I really like the aesthetic of the boxes and the manuals with the magic swirling through and the dark blue and everything. And this kind of like just stark white, cheap render ruins all of that. And I will complain about it forever. So buckle up, guys. I mean, eventually I will stop, of course. But we also have a nice graphic showing how to connect all of the different Hogwarts sets together, you know, in the new modular system. That is great because they didn't include one, you know, in March with the hospital wing. So I'm really excited to try this out in another video. I do like this set overall. I think it's got two good minifigures. We obviously get two awesome animals. Really glad that it's still a cheap set, so it's easy to get a Thestral. And I mean, like, the Hogwarts carriages, they're definitely massable if you want, like, a little procession of them going up to the castle. But I don't think the tree is massable, and that's honestly what annoys me the most about this set. I don't think it looks good compared to the other trees. I wouldn't want to own a bunch of them. Whereas with previous Forbidden Forest sets, I usually have bought 2 of them, and I will buy 2 of this set, but I don't think I'm going to be including the tree, like, in my forest. And that's kind of the thing. The tree feels like it bumps up the price point. This would be like a really great $15 set without the tree. This set only has 120 pieces, and it is $20, and yes, it has a new animal mold and 2 new prints for the minifigures, but $20 still feels a touch expensive, so I wish LEGO would have just scrapped the tree and made this $15, and I think it would be like a much better set at that price point. Not that it's bad for $20, I just don't think it's a slam dunk the way that other $20 Harry Potter sets have been in the past. So that's it for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.